Boo! Hello everyone! Welcome to Story Shortcake. I'm NAYU. Let's continue playing Ayakashi Akashi because last week I forgot to continue the game. This is a very interesting game made in RPG Maker, and it's more of a visual novel, but it's amazing because, you know, the story is very interesting. So hello guys, happy to see you here. Also, for this week I'm going to be a ghost because this is the only time of a year that I can be a ghost. Let's see. Wait, the controls. Oh. Yeah, we were following this one. Thank you. Boo! Oh, okay. We have to speak to everyone, I think, if I remember correctly. What's roster? Oh! Yeah, this Sunday is Halloween. Halloweeny! And I haven't figured out my phone connection plan. I wish I knew, because I don't want to stop making streams, so... Okay, so... This is Kashima Akebono. This is a student. She's very good at math, history, and science. Or is the lower the number the better? I have no idea the system they use. Yuki Utashiro. Always sleepy, often sleeps during class. Watch out. Karuta Uruwashi. Average, but a high average. He's a nice kid. Oh, Kurawa-san! You're so cute too! You're amazing! Mwah! Tina Etupirka. Not nice to me. Has rather a good personality. Sesena Kano. Occult fanatic. Sometimes talks too fast to follow. Sounds like me. Naki Kokuriko. You know, this character reminds me of Baka to Test Hideyoshi. Like gender neutral. Often out for show business, but good test scores. Iya Shichibe. Dynamic and stands out, but not poorly behaved. Riku Takaso. Maybe a tad bit too overconfident. Mino Naraidate. Mystery upon mystery. It smells like a forest. Why? Zero Manzaka. Hard to read his emotions, but he seems mature. Hitomi Nai. Likes idols, skips rampantly to attend their concerts. Rokuro Yamakagashi. Tends to cause trouble, requires special attention. Okay, so this is all the students. I didn't know I had the info about them. What other restaurants will be good to recommend to Naki? I'm sure I can go wrong with something you pick, Karuta-kun. Is that all you are going to tell me? Yeah, apparently yes. I know, right? Next time we'll play a game that's like Werewolf. What will be a good one? I much prefer a game that are a battle of minds more than those with strong elements of luck. I feel like you've gotten less scary after I recommended those glasses to you, but... Huh? You recommended those, Iya-chan? People need a moderate amount of rest. Mina's okay if she sleeps a little. Open sesame. Oh. Riku and Rokuro. Okay, talk. What's up, Joy-chan? Oh, I was just curious what you two were talking about. Well, I was asking him about earlier. And like I was saying, nothing fun happened or anything. Whether you did anything fun or not isn't what I was asking. You live so seriously, Riku-chan. Isn't it better to do fun stuff in life? If making people feel terrible is your idea of a fun time, I reserve the right to despise it. Oh man, but that's a shame. Cause I don't hate you, Riku-chan. But I take it you don't like me either. Oops, you got me. If you keep that nonsense up, even Sarah's good graces will run out someday. Hey, that bridge will burn when we get into it. Sigh, I truly can't understand why you two get along. I can't figure it out either, why you and Karuta-chan get along, that is. True, I believe Karuta only recently transferred here in first year. I mean, you can't just ask a thing like that. What can I say, Karuta and I, we suit each other. Then that's what I'll say about me and Zero too. After what I saw earlier, it's hard to just agree with that. Do you two fight? It's mostly just Zero getting mad at me. I never really had complaints about Zero myself. Must be rough for Zero. Almost makes me pity him. Yeah, I gotta admit he's a real softie. I suppose I have similar feelings about Karuta though. Say, Yoi-chan, what do you think of these sorts of inescapable relationships? Well, that was Chaden. What should I be saying? They are hopeless but ultimately good. I mean, they are not usually good because it's toxic if one person keeps pushing and being nice to each other, you know, maybe it's like an old couple, but there's a difference between the person who's always behind the other one, and sometimes if you are always behind anyone because they won't be the first ones to interact, you know that it's not worth your time. Like, you are probably attaching yourself too much to someone who's not even paying attention to you. You know what I'm trying to say? So it can be pretty toxic in that aspect. So I guess if I did have the choice of they are not good, but it's indescribable, couldn't even answer. They are hopeless but ultimately good. That's not entirely true. But I guess there's a bit of masochism within this game, so let's go with the first option. They are sort of hopeless, but I believe they can be for the best. Yep, I agree that they are for the best. Hard to put them into words, but good even so. I guess that's true. Come to think of it, have you ever got friends, Joy-chan? That's a rude question. I got people I got drinking with. Though since becoming a teacher, that's gotten more uncommon. Huh? So you got no friends here? Poor you. What about the other teachers? They keep their distance oddly, or maybe they are concerned for me. Yeah, you sure do give unapproachable as a first impression, Yori-chan. He's right though, talking with you like this, you just strike me as a worn-out middle-aged guy. Oh, thank you for lurking, Kurowa-san! Mwah! Thank you so much! You know, this ghost is a free model for Halloween. They are. Wait, where is it? By Slam BB. It's a free Live 2D model for Halloween, just as practice, and it's very cute. And they recommend for personalization, customization, to just add your hair to the model, so it's like you. But the model itself is pretty cute as well, so. And I can move actually way more my head than with my usual model. Thank you. One day I will get my model, one day. I really wish I had my model rig and running. That's a bad impression in its own way, but still, like you said earlier, Karuta and I have only been friends starting in middle school. It hasn't really been long enough to say our relationship is inescapable. Right, that's true, but Karuta was quick to fit in. There's only a handful of kids his age, and many of the people here are kind, with some exceptions. There are some cruel kids too. Come to think of it, you also transferred in the middle of grade school, didn't you, Rokuro? Yep, in fifth grade. Did you know? Did you now? Good job fitting in. He seemed like a quiet type at first, then at some point he started to talk. No, rather it's like he was chanting incantations of some sort. Hey now, that was just proof that we were getting along. Thinking of it that way, maybe that class is a wall is in inescapable relationships. Yeah, the art in this game is pretty good. I like it a lot. I did play this game when it was released first time in Nico Nico Douga, because for overseas people, Nico Douga has some side of the website that is for gaming, and they allow to upload games to people who make games in RPG Maker. So I think it was 2008 or something like that. Yeah, I checked last time, but I kind of forgot. Ayakashi. Akashi. Wait, I can't find. It says here 2018, but I remember... I mean, I think it was a bit earlier. Probably it was a demo version. But it was in Ikotoga. And the story was very short, so... Yeah, I think stuff has changed a lot since then. You die pretty good for a ghost. I have ghost hands, okay? It's like the hands of Among Us, the guys of Among Us. They appear out of nowhere, and they are disattached from the body. We're a tight-knit community, I see. All told, the two have a lot to say about it, but they don't seem to think badly of each other. Sarah and Haito are talking over there. What's this? Were you worried for Haito too, Mr. Yoinara? I guess worry is applicable, sir. It's fine, I calm down a bunch. Phew, I'm really not cut out for this. Hey, you keep faint too. In fact, the strange thing here is how the rest of them can bear it. Yes, indeed, some of our classmates even think it was a dream. Plus, there are many of them who have always been interested in this sort of occult pastness. Yeah, even back in grade school, we did stuff like tests of courage and expeditions in the night. Sounds dangerous. Some will say you learn danger by getting hurt. That's its experience. In reality, well, I can handle scary stuff, but I like sharing that tense excitement with everybody. Actually, when Zero's there, it's well how relief I feel. You always did send me out in front. So you don't know any fear? I find people who abruptly pick fights with me all day more scary, painful, and unpleasant than anything. That's rough. To think when Zero himself is so nice, like he even slows his pace to match mine. You lack stamina after all. Walking is tiring, okay? And how does that work out for you when you are going to concerts? When it comes to that, I got a hollow leg. Or an extra pair of legs, I guess. So in addition to break a leg, there's also spare 2 legs. You're really mixing your scenes here. You know, Zero, you are pretty muscular. Do you work out? Indeed, it's important to build strength. You almost always slack off during swimming lessons and PE. I don't teach secondary subjects, so I wasn't aware you are a slacker when it comes to all of those, huh? Spare 2 legs. That's a mean way to put it. I got terrible asthma, so I can't push myself too much. Ah, I see, can't help that. It got worse at one point. He was in the hospital for a time. Yeah, or Chinese legs that are super long. Alien legs. Was it some other sickness to blame? I wonder if I got cursed during a test of courage. If that were it, I should have gotten cursed too, right? No, I mean, maybe? Ah, Mr. Yoinara, do you dislike the occult? Dislike? When you put it like that, maybe? Wow, but it sure sounds like your job has to do with that stuff, that Sander thing. Hey, which part don't you like? What do I dislike about the occult? How it's intentionally threatening, how the truth of it is unclear. I wonder maybe how I'm not sure of what it really is, but there's even humans who I really don't comprehend. Indeed, dubious strangers are scary. In grade school, did you ever meet a ghost during a test of courage or anything? Did I ever? I feel there were things along those lines, but after the fact, it typically starts to feel like they were just imagined. Yeah, that's how it goes. The scarier part for me was when my mom found out I snuck out at night and got mad. I too was yelled at upon being found out. Here in Japan, they say fathers are as scary as earthquakes, thunder, and fires. But I suppose it's an era of mothers now. What about you, Mr. Yoinara? Is your wife scary? Hey, I'm single. My grandmother was harsh though. We are the same in having someone who's frightening when I'm your 10. You might have conflicts from time to time, but try not to put too much worry on people who are thinking of you. That's true. Everybody gotten a little less mischievous since they entered middle school. Personally, you still seem pretty mischievous to me. You may only know us from middle school on, Mr. Yoinara, but trust that this is much preferable to our grade school selves. I'm sorry for being monotonous. It's just that at the very start, I'm trying to change tones, but it's hard because I'm not really good at voice acting. I have tried in the past, but I sometimes get confused on who I'm supposed to be speaking, like who I'm supposed to be. so yeah, I read in monotonous, I guess. I'm trying not to, but if it doesn't work, well, there's that. The hardships the grade school teachers must be immeasurable. Should we talk again? Oh, it's Senna. Next time we'll play a game. Okay, it's the same thing over and over. I'd like to hope that won't happen, okay? I mean, all told, we are getting older too. I'm sorry I lost stamina. Really? I only gotten bigger and stronger myself. Time to go? Yes. Class is over. Well then, I'm gonna go. See you later, alligator. Now then, time for the usual. Just as I start toward my destination, something made me stop in my tracks. Mista! Where are you going, Mista? You can't go anywhere, right, Mista? You kids, sorry, but I'm in a hurry. Is this our first time meeting? Eh? It's not, is it? Might not be the first time, maybe. What's with this, with the vague answer? No, but if time was rewound, this will be my first time meeting these kids. If that implies they get their memories, then... Hey, you... Huh? Well, I was thinking the children vanished again, like before. Seriously, what are those kids? Forget it, I need to hurry. Ooh. Okay. You again, and you? A man wearing a fox mask and police uniform spoke to me with a sigh. Hey, Asakiri. As usually, let me dig around a little. I don't see the old lady with you today. Cause it's an urgent matter. While you are at it, write something up to give me permission to enter their archives. Even if you used to be one of us, you really ought to follow procedure. Can't I spend one of the favors I earned while I was active? I got, 64 or so left, I bet. Ah, sis, I get it. Get in, do your business, then get out. What a close-minded man. Go hit your head on a block of tofu and die. But tofu is very soft. Very, very soft. I mean, tofu is not hard, so... You can't die from tofu, can you? Damn it, this is such an unlucky day. Hey, I was just talking to myself, don't sweat it. Sure, well then, I'll feel free. These are sites where the police get their records on any past incidents. Besides public newspapers, they also get the sort of information that gets suppressed from the public. I'm looking for cases in recent years where students or kids around that age had a serious illness or even died. It'd be fastest if you could bring them straight to me. Don't pass your luck. Normally you wouldn't even get let in here. Figures. Plus more than half of these have the names redacted. The staff here does, sure. But even I won't go helping you out further without a word to my superiors, guess not. Considering that there's still an awful lot of secretive cases down here. You can't govern with nice words alone. Nope. This will be a lot faster if these files just had the names. If that's the case, then you can tell me the names of those you expect you might find. I won't say I know everything, but I believe I got a handle on at least the materials in here. You still spend your days reading through all this stuff? It comes in handy at times like this. Will it kill you to compliment me instead? The time you spend reading materials is time spent neglecting your duties. But anyway, this is a race against time. There are 12. I list them all. 12? That sure is a lot. Don't ask my reasons. I can't even afford any time to explain. Got it. After I listed all of the students' names, Asagiri dug through files silently. Then he returned to me with a single bundle of papers. This is about the only one that sounds familiar. Someone drowned in a river, leaving them a critical condition? Right, the kid's name was Riku Takaso. I see, so wait, hold on. This article is from 6 years ago? That's right, it says he was 8 at the time? Some kids grow up fast, but surely you can always tell the difference between an 8-year-old and a 14-year-old. 14, huh? That will be passionate. Well, this still might be a clue. Also, right, there's not much info left here, but I heard that something went down related to the Etupirca conglomerate. Might be something in the locked room there, but I don't have the authority to open it. I see. And besides, the near drawing I showed you, I know I heard a couple of those names before. Is that true? Yeah, I just feel like there was something, but I have to check to be sure. Well, I'm curious about that too. But I'll go searching for cases of serious illness first. I'll assist. Since that's it for today, still even narrowing down so much, there sure are a lot of incidents. Enough that I'm out all day sometimes. There are many accidents, but suicides have been an issue in recent years. That's rough. Do you know any incidents involve twins around age 5, a boy and a girl? No, that's bizarrely specific scope. Twins alone are rare, but I don't know of any recent cases where any fell ill or died. Right, that's fine, these ones are more important anyway. Though I bet my notes will disappear tomorrow, so I better memorize as much as I can. I also want a mask like that. What does that mean? Just ignore that for me. If I find any info related to those familiar names you told me, I'll send it over at a later date. Within the day will be best. Toss things my way as soon as you learn them. What's got you in such a hurry? I got a lot going on, alright? If you insist, I won't prove too deeply. The things you do are on such a level that we'd never dare stick our heads into them anyway. You got a wonderful talent for knowing what's that. You know what? Well, sorry to intrude. See you. They have a very vague conversation. Alright then, back. You are all looking more obedient than I expect. That's because I was keeping watch of them. I mean, I doubt many of us would dare to attempt to cause a big stir in a situation like this. What were you doing, teacher? Just looking up incidents in recent years where kids around your age got seriously ill or were considered dead. I see, you mentioned that Ayakashi don't grow since their bodies are dead? That's right. But before that, what's the thing? That's the scarecrow that took your place, Yoi-chan. It's a spitting inmates. Spitting, you say? I mean, other teachers passed by a couple of times, they never noticed. Really now? Poor teacher. So what are we doing now? To put it simply, seeking the Ayakashi. Seeking the Ayakashi. So how indeed are we going to identify the Ayakashi from among us? This is Among Us. The way to stop an Ayakashi was to identify its cause of death, right? You got it. Putting together educated guesses will nail down the cause of death. That sounds pretty difficult to me. Yeah, it's a tricky situation to be sure. Because it's not just who did it and how they died. Everything else is ambiguous too. But we need to identify them today or someone will die. Mr. Yainara, what if we can't identify them? In that case, even I have a hard time coping. According to Rokuro, it sounds like they came to the classroom at some point, so I'm thinking I'll stay the night here. If I can catch sight of it, I should be able to suppress it with some rougher methods. Forceful measures. I see. Well then, it'd be a waste of time to keep prattling about tedious stuff. Let's hold a whodunit trial. Whodunit trial. Whodunit? Wait, why? Whodunit? This is more like a witch trial. They are on a witch hunt. You mean the thing where you try to find who broke a vase or spilled some ink? Perfect fit, right? We're looking for a culprit right now. Though I know you love to use fancier words for things, Yoi-chan. Ruth, there are an awful lot of mischief lovers in this class. I mean, children have more energy than anybody, right? The windows and walls in this school are much too brittle. No, Zero, you're just too powerful. You're just too powerful. This is not... Yeah, it's a ghost hunt. I hope I'm not the ghost. Boo! Well, I think the format is easy enough to understand. Then, as the class president, I'll direct the trial as usual. Here, me. I'll direct it today. Huh? Why you, Rokuro? Just think about it, Kashima-chan. Who's suspected by the whole class yet the most innocent right now? No need for any deep consideration. It will be the victim... Shirokuro, yes? You got it. And I should trust you because of that? Trust me, and just remember. Have I ever lied to you outside of some sort of game, Kashima-chan? I leave directing to Rokuro today. Is that alright, Mr. Yoinara? Sure, I don't mind. But Rokuro, try not to say any more than you have to. When have I ever said too much? That's your reply, huh? Then I'll have to force your mouth shut. You trying to keep me down, or are you really talking violence? I'm saying it sounds like you are going to drag out this discussion. Relax, I'm not the type to take detours on the way to my destination. Alrighty, let's begin, Yoi-chan. Right. Now then, let's begin the whodunit trial. Stand, bow, be seated. This is nice. That's usually a privilege reserved for the class president. You are getting off topic already. I know. Well, as the victim, allow me to give my report first. Yeah, for those who don't remember, when we start the game, we were introduced to this classroom and everything, and then the next day, this guy, Rokuro, appeared dead, like he was murdered. But the next day, it was like time rewinded because he's alive and everyone has memories of him dying. So they think the time loop is being made by an Ayakashi, some kind of a spirit or something. So they are on a hunt to try to get outside of the loop because they believe that it's going to repeat. And they are allowing Rokuro, who's the first victim, to make this kind of meeting. I know. Well, as the victim, allow me to give me my report first. That's why he says that. Because he died. Yep. Oh, what? Seat number 12, Rokuro Yamakagashi. Here's my report. On that day, I went straight home, then kicked back and thought about what fun stuff I'd be doing the next day. It was eventide, as Joy-chan said it, when suddenly my head spun. And when I came to, I was here in this classroom, and even though I totally changed into loungewear, I was wearing my uniform. And then, while I was thinking to myself what happened, well, it happened in a blink. My guts and everything were saying hello from out of my stomach. After that, I could only think a single thought. Ah, I'm dying. Yep, like that. A black fog covered my vision. Pain was secondary at that point. Next thing I knew, I'd pop out of my own body. You might not get what I'm talking about, but even I didn't know what was going on, and I experienced it. Then I saw it, my crudely mutilated corpse. And Kashima-chan standing in the back of the classroom looking at my corpse just like I was. Kashima-chan, who was that? After that, my senses totally went, so it was pitch black. When I came to, I was at the school with Zero. Rokuro, what was that last part? My crudely mutilated corpse? No, after that. Kashima-chan was there looking at that corpse with me. Why didn't you mention this before? Cause I had to air it out in front of everyone like this? In investigation, it's pretty important where things get revealed, right? It's like a crime show, you know? You chase the culprit to a cliff and question them there. Well, more than outer bother experience, he really died, you know? he died. He's dead. This classroom is that cliff, Yoi-chan. Though personally, I might call it a little slice of hell. I see. So after the report, any suspicious parties offer statements? I remember absolutely nothing. So you can say, but I remember. You are certain it was Kashima? Well, she had the most frightening, icy look I ever seen on Kashima-chan. But the face, the hair, the hate? It had to be Kashima-chan, yep, no doubt. Kashima, calm down. Stay calm and tell me as much as you can remember about what you were doing. That's all you need to do for me right now. Yes, I understand. Seat number 1, Kashima Akibono. Giving my statement. What if it was another girl that just braided her hair? That's a possibility. On that day, I went home without taking any real detours. At home, I did my homework, then did chores around the house. I ate dinner, had a bath, and got ready for tomorrow, and I slept. I believe I went to bed around 10 p.m. And the next day, it's as you already said, Mr. Yoinara, I came to school after Yuki. Yuki had collapsed. I contacted Iya, and she came right away, then brought you to us. That's all. Then it'd be impossible for you to attack me? It was seen an Ayakashi attacks when they lose control of themselves. When would they regain their sense? Well, like you say, they lose control. Often the Ayakashi won't be able to move for a while after running amok. Ah, so I see. In that case, in order to have done it, she will need ample time to spare. Supposing everything Kashima-chan just said was true, that is. I'm not telling any lies here. Well, the last step is to get additional statements. If anyone has additional info or questions related to what these two just said, raise your hand and speak. Wow. This game is amazing. That's a student icon to speak with them. If students have important things to say, you'll be able to ask for details. If you get stuck, select the question mark icon. Okay, save. Yeah, there's no more information about them here. One of them is an Ayakashi, but what if it was maybe Yuki or Tina or even Susanna who actually tied their hair to look like Kashima, you know? I have a simple question. Did Madame Kashima ever have a chat at some point? Depending on the timing, I believe such a thing might fill a gap that would otherwise allow her to have committed the crime. Unfortunately, however, I care not for that kind of thing myself. What say you ask someone who might have talked with her? True, if there was someone who had a conversation with Kashima, then it would give her an alibi. Someone who might have a chat with Kashima, huh? On that day, I went home without taking any real detours. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Yoinara, I didn't really do anything that day. I can't help in any way. I'm curious about Rokuro's dreamlike story about his death and all, but I just can't explain it. Only Rokuro actually saw it after all. It also seems like it'd be hard to offer a statement affirming that story. Garuta's right, confirming Rokuro's statement is probably the more difficult task. But truth to be told, he's the victim. If I want to draw connections, I should probably focus on Kashima's statement, okay? I think so. I don't remember much. I lack juicy info this time around, so as such you must count on someone else. You might not get what I'm talking about, but even I didn't know what was going on and I experienced it. Then I saw it. And Kashima-chan standing in the back of the classroom, looking at my crumbs just like I was. Whoops. Sorry, Mr. Yoinara, I remember it again. I got a statement about Kashima-chan. Since we agreed to hang out the next day, I wondered what she wanted to do, so I talked to her with the chat function on the phone. Of course, there's no tangible proof since time's been set back. But I think we'd say around 6 p.m. And around 9 PM we even did a final confirmation of our plans. So it seems Iya communicate with Kashima on that day. And the times are consistent with Kashima's statements. Too complicated for me now. That day, well, I didn't have any particular contact with us two. I have an statement on Rokuro. Since our houses are close, we always go to and from school together. And that he went straight home is the truth. There was no telling when it might rain again after all. Since Tero accompanied Rokuro home on the day in question, still I'm lacking evidence from around the time of the Ayakashi attack. Iya and Tero's additional statements will prove helpful to me. Now the question is, which statement to link with who? If you choose the right statement, you might be able to advance the discussion. Since we agreed, of course, I went home with it says the very same thing. I feel like I'm in a position where I can link some statements together. Should I link another statement with Kashima's statement? According to Iya, she was chatting with Kashima in the time frame Rokuro gave. Ah, right, we had chats about what we'd do tomorrow twice. Just like Kashima-chan says, at 6 PM we were having a chat. And also around 9 PM we had another to finalize our plans. If that's the truth, might be tough for Kashima-chan to kill me. Considering what Joy-chan said earlier about Ayakashi being immobile after the wrong will. Of course, even I wasn't convinced it was Kashima-chan because of the expression. Even if it looked like her, couldn't imagine that look on the real one's face. What you mean? Hey, my report was just that you were looking at my corpse with me. I never said anything like Kashima-chan must be the killer, did I? What the hell? Hang on, Kashima, why did you mention it at all then? I was just thinking if she was the killer, it'd be nice if I could make her sleep up. I'm getting more concerned about letting Rokuro direct this by the second. Guess we are starting to regret letting me direct this, huh, Joy-chan? You are mind reading Ayakashi or what? Huh? Nope. Besides, can Ayakashi kill other Ayakashi? No, they cling to life, so generally they wouldn't attack an Ayakashi who's already lost their life. Well, then it's 100% not me. Not 100%, but sure. In fact, you say cling to life, are they the kind to kill again and again? Also, no, to put it simply, I guess I'd say they seek living bodies. Which is why not only killing someone but reverting it like they did here is baffling to me. So they are just searching for somebody to take the place of? Then what was that Kashima Rokuro saw? There is the possibility emerging that it was an impostor. Impostor? There are technically Ayakashi that can alter their own appearance, but if that's the case, they didn't just lose control of themselves, they attacked at least partially of their own volition, or perhaps they create an illusion. Or they have some special intelligence, or there's a third entity. There's 3 Ayakashis hiding with me, no? That sounds disastrous, indeed. But if that were the case, I'd be curious why this all coincide to happen at the same time. Perhaps the timing of an Ayakashi losing control of themselves is fixed. Generally, it's said to occur after anywhere from 3 to 5 years. I'd be more willing to buy that they found collaborators and it was intentional. This is tough to unravel. All that aside, I wonder why it looked like Kashima-chan. Maybe because the foresee of all people might be liable to kill me? As if you don't think that yourself. Nah, I don't. The Kasimatsan I know wouldn't. Because you are such a coward, it'd be impossible. Is that it? That just gave me a thought. Are Ayakasi aware of being Ayakasi? It depends on the situation, but very in special circumstances most don't realize it after they revive, and neither does anyone else. But most Ayakasi will eventually realize they're different from those around them due to their body not maturing, and in some cases when they lose control they snap out of it to find there's a corpse in front of them. At the very least, I suppose it's fair to conclude that the Ayakasi who attacked Rokuro was aware of killing him? That's right, I think it's very likely. In that case, we come to questions about why it rewound time, for instance. But bringing that up at present will just make things more confusing. Right now, I'd like to grasp a bit more about the identity of the Ayakasi. Our statements are just making two parallel lines at this rate. You went to get info, right, Yoichi-san? I was getting curious about that. Something about incidents, was it? Yeah, in the past few years. And were there any cases of interest? The only one with a clear name was Riku Takaso, who experienced a near drowning in a river. Riku? True, I did nearly drown in a river a long time ago, but that was when I was 8 years old. If he stopped growing at 8, people would probably notice, huh? Indeed, Riku clearly looks to be the same age as us. It's a little hard to agree with someone as who has zero say in it, but it also sounds like there was some incident with the Etupirka conglomerate. Tina, do you know anything about that? Oh my! I suppose you'd be referring to Father? Occupying such a high position as he does, I will not doubt he does his share of dirty deeds to maintain it. If I may offer a warning, Mr. Yoinara, you might find yourself put 6 feet under if you dig too deeply. Tina-chan, that's way too scary to be saying casually. There are many things in this world you are better off not knowing, you see. Maybe we should have connected the other story. Can we just reload? There's the bell. Class is over, but we don't know who the Ayakasi is. If we just go home when somebody died tomorrow? There's been no indication that someone will certainly die, however. By the same token, there's no guarantee we'll be safe either. There's even a chance that I'll end up like that myself. And furthermore, it's possible the people beside us right now could be killers. Do we just have to endure this suspicion and dread until they're found? And if we all split up, the story will get harder to put together. But what more can we do? A sense of impatience and weariness permeate the room. What can I say to calm my students down? Well, guess I'll say something then. Is there something else you haven't been telling us? Nah, I just thought of it now. If you really are among us, attack me again tonight, dear Ayakasi. Hey now, Rokuro, what are you even saying? I was just curious, plain and simple, about whether they care to listen to us. They probably got control of themselves right now, so they'll understand me, right? That's not what I... Wait, in that case you can attack me too. Don't worry, teacher, I have faith in my students. I won't die that easily. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. You guys don't have to do what I was going to do. Mr. Yoinara, you mean? I decided I will stay here tonight, so if you are gonna attack me... attack me. Are you strong, Mr. Yoinara? Versus an Ayakasi, sure. But see, if I were an Ayakasi, I definitely wouldn't attack Yoichi-san. Because it's obvious you just get smacked down, right? If they're acting with intent, then yeah, that's true. But when they lose control, an Ayakasi makes a beeline for whatever life is in front of them. And my mother always told me I got the tendency to attract Ayakasi due to some special aspect of my bloodline. I got a powerful barrier to protect my bed at home, but today I'll be in an empty classroom. I just hope I'll be able to see something about Ayakasi's intentions. Guess that's how it is. Everybody go home and rest easy. As if we can feel relief, you don't need to be sacrificed either. I'm the one who's got experience being a sacrifice, you know, so listen to your superiors. And if I really die, you're free to cry for me again. I didn't cry. Calm down, Kasima-chan. Hey, why don't we all head home together at least part of the way? Sure. Indeed, that might be a good idea. I suppose that might ease our minds a bit. See you, Mr. Yoinara. Right. After Oku's remarks, the students' earlier unrest appeared to have been diminished, if only slightly. By no means was anything certain, but maybe they felt the chances of me being attacked had lessened. As ironic as that might sound, no, here begins the real battle. Joy-chan! Just as I sat down to think about tonight, I heard a voice very near my ear. Why, you startled me! Need something? Huh? Nah, but it's important to say goodbye to people, right? Staying at the school all night sounds like a difficult time. All told, I'm your teacher. Wow! What do I even say to that? Good for you? How brave? Yeah, brave. Talking to me like that feels iffy. Oh dear me, it will seem such uncouth speech isn't to his liking. You're amazing, Tits. Amazing. So crude. Still, I gotta say you two are friendly. That's nothing new, but it doesn't look like we should be. I didn't say all that. In truth, if it weren't for that one thing, we might not have even talked. That one thing? That'd be a long story, so let us put that story aside. What I can say for sure is I respect Zero a lot. And I too respect you. You got a deeper bond than I would have expected. We've been friends since grade school after all. We sure have been. There's only the one elementary school in this area though. Anyway, don't get any ideas about breaking into the school and take care going home. Hey, okay Tits, you be careful you don't get attacked by a ghost instead of an Ayakashi. See you, Mr. Yoinara. Looks like I got more tasks on my plate tonight. After that, I went and bowed my head to the principal, and with a claim that I've kicked what's due to there being lots of mischief lately, I got permission to stay the night. As a matter of fact, though there have been plenty of damage caused by wild animals, at night the feel of this building really turns into something eerie. There's the graveyard nearby to boot. 11 p.m. had already passed, but I hadn't seen a trace of tumult. I was concerned whether Rokuro, the incarnation of having too much energy, will break in or something, but if I had seen him yet, maybe that was a needless worry. Wow. Sorry, I'm a bit, apparently I'm a bit having a cold. Wow. Still, should I look around elsewhere? Where should I patrol? The first floor, right? Because it's where they can enter. In addition to the staff room and infirmary, the first floor had classrooms for each year all in a row. Of course, since there was only one classroom for each grade, it didn't feel all that cramped. At worst, since there were many energetic students, the whole school get a little noisy come summer break. The silence at night just further brings out the eeriness that doth slip in my mouth as I look over the dimly lit desks and chairs. Without occupants, they feel oddly lifeless. The draft is so noisy too, though it's just the thing for those humid rainy nights. As I was taking a step, the floor gave away. It happened so suddenly that I let out a pitiful yelp. I better let the principal know, as long as time doesn't get rewound. I gently raised my foot from the hole and made sure I hadn't injured it. As I glanced toward the hole, I saw something peering at me. But as soon as I blinked, not only the eyes but the hole itself have completely vanished from that spot. Was that just my imagination? I go back to the second year classroom. I finished my patrol and returned to the 2-1 classroom. I didn't observe anything different about the room since I left it. Would be nice if this ends with nothing happening. But even nothing happening was just stirring up my unease. Will I really be able to see the morning without incident? Ah? Ah? Ara. Mr. Yoinara? Are you okay? You look like you were having a nightmare. You are sweating at all, Mr. Yoinara. Did you really stay in the classroom? It's so humid lately. What time is it? About 8:30 a.m. Mr. Yoinara, water. Ah, thanks, Yuki. Is today Friday? Yeah, it is. There was no hanged corpse. I see. My shoulders went limp. Nothing had happened today. You seem relieved, Mr. Yoinara, but... Well, of course, I'm relieved to see you unhurt. Are you the only ones here at the school right now? Yeah, we are. Yuki got here before we did. I had to replace the water from for the flowers, that's why. And I got here after her, I think. Have you received any contact from the other students? Not really. Maybe we should head outside. Morning, Mr. Yoinara. Hey, good morning. Just as I got to my feet, the other students flew into the classroom. It's almost time to begin our morning homeroom. I was on pins and needles, but it's only natural to be after a thing like that happened. I was a little scared to come too. The rain had grown even stronger than yesterday as well. I stayed up, overslept. Mina too. I see. First of all, take your seats, now we? Mr. Yoina, something smells funny. Because I've been in this classroom since yesterday, haven't bathed either. Didn't mean you, Mr. No. It's from there. There? It was the locker where the cleaning supplies were kept. A smell? What kind of smell? Just the smell of the rain? Nothing at all like rain. Wordlessly, I approached the locker. The students watched me approach and moving from the seats. As I put my hand on the locker, sweat ran down. There was still someone missing from this classroom. The last person, Kashima, came falling out of the locker. I hurried to catch her, but like Rokura the day before, the body was covered with gruesome wounds. Yuki and Haito find, Mr. Yoinara, is Kashima dead? Doesn't need to be asked, it's all too clear to see. But Mr. Yoinara, you stay here all night. But when we arrive, he'd passed out. Yeah, that's true. Hey, there's something written on the back of the locker door. It says, come here. Written in blood, such poor taste. What in the world? What do you want, Mr. Yoinara? Someone's coming. Carrying my momentum from running, I back into the classroom. The students all turned to face me with surprised expressions. Mr. Yoinara? It looks to me like things got set back again. If that's the case, everyone should already be at school. Kasima's not here. Kasima? If you seek Madame Kasima, she promptly ran out of the classroom. I'm not aware where she might have gone. Mina knows Kasima's stand. Do you? Then please. What's the howling? Mino that's supposed to be about? You know, she can howl so naturally, I didn't even question it until now. You guys didn't know? See, about Mino? Let's say... on 16. And let's load 17. because I want to see what's going to happen if we make the other connection. Okay, so it doesn't matter, it was just one way. So it was meant to happen like this. Okay, okay. So the first one who died was Rokuro, where he said that it was Kashima who was watching, and now the death is Kashima. Oh, I need to go after Kashima. This is as far as you can currently play. Please wait for the next update. Oh, this is the end, okay. So this is chapter 1. Wow. That was amazing. I wonder when they are going to publish the next chapter, because I like this a lot. Yeah, this game is very well made. I really did enjoy it, and it's awesome. I really want to know what's going to happen, so I hope they update it anytime soon, because I haven't found the chapter 2, so there's that. Yeah, the art is very nice too. I like their designs, they are quite unique. But well, we will have to wait. Until then, we are going to consider this part of the game finished. When chapter 2 gets released, we will continue, but I think that has been a small hiatus because they were developing another story or something like that. I read somewhere, so let's consider chapter 1 completely finished. That was so amazing. Well, wait. Okay, there we go. So tomorrow there will be on Twitch a stream at the same hour. We will be playing BioShock. Thank you so much. This week X-Files is going to be on Thursday too, because I was told that maybe to keep Friday free. So I was asked to keep Friday free, so it's going to be on Thursday, X-Files. On Saturday there will be an art stream, and on Sunday we will celebrate Halloween and make an announcement, so So there's that. Express Thursday. Don't worry, it won't be. I promise it won't be forever on Thursday. It's just that lately I haven't been able to land my schedules right. So hopefully we get we get a more stable schedule. Thank you so much for coming to the stream and for watching. Oh, that sound is the Nintendo Switch. Okay. Thank you so much for you guys for always being here, for Kurowa-san support, and for everyone who's watching and even watches the archives. You guys are the real MVPs because, you know, I sometimes don't feel like watching my own things because it's like, oh no, why did I say that? But it's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Mwah.